All right, welcome everyone to our Tentaroo training to show you how to use our merit badge sign up and entering your scouts. I'll turn this over to say a quick hello to Bruce Lee, our camp director.
Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight. We're really fortunate. We're going to have two people that are going to help train us tonight on Tentaroo. So we have Janet from the Scout office, and we have Deb Olson, formerly from the Scout office, now from high up in the mountains in Utah. But she's graciously will come back and help also. So and I think we have Dylan tonight. Say hi, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm from Trip 689 in San Jose.
All right.
Also, this Dylan.
Oh, wrong Dylan. Okay. All right. So why don't we start off with the slides? So to log into your Tentaroo account, you'll need to go to siliconvalley.tentaroo.com. That's a very important email address to remember. Janet, have you mailed out passwords for everybody?
I haven't yet, Bruce.
Okay.
Can you just mention it now here? Or
Okay,
you want me to send it
so
out?
very soon, Janet will mail out your login credentials. And if you ever forget it, you can email her at the Scout office, or you can email us at was it chs.org, and we can reset those for you or give those to you. The roster, you'll provide the roster of your scouts and adult leaders, which all need to get entered into Tentaroo before our merit badge sign up starts later this month. If you wait until the actual night of your sign up, you'll never get any classes because you'll be busy entering all the information in for these people. I will mention that please enter in real email addresses for your scouts and adults. If we have emergencies, this is our vehicle to contact people back home. So a lot of times we'll just see 123@scout.com. People will put in for email addresses. If we do have any emergencies and we need to get a hold of the parents, we need some real information there. So please put that in. Emails for the parents, please. And then merit badge list and program catalog is all up on our High Sierra website, and we'll talk about that right now. So at highsierra.org/CHS/resources, you should all have seen this before, but it's out there, is the CHS Leaders Guide, the Saga, which is our service organization, the Camp Primer, which we talked about if you've been to any of the new to High Sierra meetings, just talking about High Sierra and what to expect when you get there. The program guide, which talks about the merit badges themselves. The 2022 merit badge schedule, which gives you when the merit badges are being offered during the day, so you can figure out how to sign them up in Tentaroo. Just a quick note on that one, it did get updated Friday, I think it was. We found a few mistakes, so please download the most current one. I think it was just in Shotgun was the main mistake. We opened up a few more Shotgun opportunities and more, whatever more is.
So much more.
So
So
much
much more.
So here are the nights. So if you are going to camp in week 1 on May 16th at 7 p.m., exactly at 7 p.m., the system will turn on and allow you to start going in and entering merit badges for your scouts. If you're weeks 2 and 3, we're doing both of those on May 17th. If you're week 4, May 18th, week 5, 19th, and week 6, the 20th. We also will have a staff at the council office, and we'll send out contact information. Yes, Deb and me and Dylan and Janet, maybe, to answer any of your questions, or if you get stuck or anything, we can help you through the process. So we'll be there as customer support. All right, next slide. All right, so this is just a basic, it's really hard to read this for Tentaroo, so I think we'll get into it a little bit more when Janet and Deb start doing their examples. But here is where you sign up your scout. And so first name, last name, and this is where you have to put in the birth date. And if the scout is okay to get pictures taken, the unit number, and emergency contact. And then if you have any special needs like dietary restrictions or any life-threatening allergies, that's where these get put. That helps us. We pull this the week before and helps us get ready for that week. So we know if we have to have something special dietary or we don't do anything peanut butter. So there's no peanut butter anymore in the dining hall, but we're a nut-free environment there, but not in the trading post. So if it's a severe enough nut allergy, we would empty all the nuts out of the trading post also. So just for an example. All right. And this is where you would drag and drop merit badges, but I'll let Deb and Janet get into this more. The one thing you may notice, go back one, please, just for a second. Now archery has a $10 fee attached to it. That is the fee to build an arrow kit. And that's just what we get charged for it. And we just pass that along. Those fees could be either paid at the council office before you get to camp, was what we prefer, or as soon as you walk in the office door at High Sierra, that's the first thing I'll be saying besides, hello, how are you doing, is, would you like to pay your fees for this? Because we cannot hand out the merit badges until the fees for your troops are paid for all your scouts. And if for some reason, if your scout gets into archery and drops it, we can talk about a refund, or if they're on the waiting list and don't get in, then it's definitely a refund. This kind of shows just a quick example of merit badges that were selected by this scout. Has advanced metalworking, archaeology, and sit in the nation. And as you add them to the left, it'll get rid of those blocks on the right. So if eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Advanced metalworking, I think, is block 6. So there will be no block 6s on the left-hand side or the right-hand side anymore. So as you add in classes, that block will disappear until you hit next. And then you go to this page and you check out. So this is where you can either pay right up front for each scout, or you can just you don't have to pay for the merit badge fees right away. You could just check them out. And this then guarantees those merit badges for those scouts. Until you do this checkout step, you are not guaranteed those merit badges for that scout. And if somebody gets there before you, it will push somebody on the waiting list into the main group if you haven't checked out already. All right. All right, I will hand this off to some of my favorite people.
Just to respond real quick, to respond to your comment earlier, Bruce, about the login name and password. I responded to every single one of you who contacted me for that username and password. If you still need it, just shoot me an email to my janet.fan@scouting.org or camping@svmbc.org. I'll respond it to you with the username and password.
Okay, we'll put both of those emails in the chat. Diane.
I'm on it.
I knew you would be.
Okay, so Diane, can I share my screen now?
Yes, you can. Let me stop sharing.
So to answer a few questions here, kind of like in normal Ken version, we're going to jump out of order, but yes, you can check out a scout. You can check out a scout partway through. Please do not wait to do the entire troop, because we'll be monitoring and going behind you and actually checking them out if we see too many people with full carts. But we'll get into more of that, I'm sure.
Okay, take it away, Ms. Deb.
Yay! Okay, so we are excited, sorry, that you have chosen Camp High Sierra, and we're extremely excited to help you with merit badge signups. But before we even get to merit badge signups, we're going to show you how to register your scouts. So you'll go to your manager profile, right? Or how do you do this, Miss Janet? There you go. Oh no, that's the regular one, right? We just go to the
Yes.
test.
This is a test.
Okay.
So double click on the week 0.
Yep.
Sorry. So this is week 0.
So we put in week 0 for you, so you can go in and play to your little heart's content. You can't ruin anything. You can enter in as many scouts as you want. And it gives you the ability to just kind of sandbox the process before you actually go in and do your own troop.
And the login name for this test troop is testing 1. Is that right, Diane? And the password is scouting, all lowercase.
Yeah, I'll put that in here. And it looks like you are in our admin view, Janet. So you want to go
I
back
know.
up to our test troop. I know she has all the power, so she's
Yeah, so we don't want
this way.
So
Well-
how can I get rid of my power?
Oh,
Move to Utah.
you want
Sorry,
me to take
I
over
don't want you
the?
to move. It was a joke.
Diane, can you share your screen? Can you do your
I
screen? and share?
certainly can.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and take over with that.
I have too much power. That's not good.
Too much power. That's okay.
we like power.
All right.
Yay. So now we're in the test screen. Okay, and you're gonna go down to participants. And you've got your adults and your youth, but youth is what we're interested in right now. So we're gonna, it looks like you have 3 there, already there.
Can you go full screen? For us folks with bad eyes.
I know, it's like, it hurts. Okay, so we're gonna just choose one now. Miss Janet and I already did. Oh, I don't
This
know
is
who.
new scout. New scout.
Oh,
process.
that's right. We're not in New Scout. So we're gonna go down and we're gonna choose Georgie Kitty. Now, the first thing you need to do, the class is already chosen, but the first thing you need to do is manage registration, because you need to verify all the information in the for this one scout. So you're going to edit. You don't want to cancel because you don't want it to go away. But so you look here, the important things will all be the non-optional. So you need to make sure that your first name and last name, the birth date, the gender. If they're going to allow photography, you just slide that one way or the other. You want to slide it just to show them that it can. There we go. But we want it on.
And
For
it
the
will
most part.
default to on.
Yeah. And so then you've got all the other information that we need. We don't have to have the address. Okay. But the important thing here is in the unit, what rank the scout has, and this person is a brand new scout, so they're just a scout. If there are any dietary or allergies, this is where you put it in.
Put in my favorite, low-fat vegan. I'll never forget that guy.
Yeah. But this is important because if there are any issues, then we need to be aware of them so we can help out.
Yeah, we joke about the low-fat vegan, but he came to camp and didn't tell us, and we had no food for him that would fit his diet until like his second or third day at camp. So it really does help us.
So emergency contact. And then there's nothing really for registration notes that I can think of. Next is the important thing, but make sure all that is in, because otherwise you won't be able to get to this next part. Okay. And this is a youth, so you don't have to do anything at all. Defaults there. You just say next. Okay. Now we have already, where did this campership stuff come in?
We were testing ahead of time. Just ignore it.
Okay, so on the right-hand side of your screen are the classes that we have already chosen for Georgie Kitty. Notice on climbing, there are 2 time blocks. There's 2 and 5. That means you may not sign up for something else during session 5, because climbing, you have your regular class time and then you have your, what's it called, Bruce?
Qualify
time. Thank you. So that's what's in that session. So there are some classes that take up 2 sessions. They may not be consecutive, so just make sure that you're choosing the classes that you want at the time blocks that you want. So anyway, so we just chose some different ones, but to remove them, notice on the, on the far right, you can just remove that and it goes back. Now, the only ones that we have on the right side are a time block 3, a time block 4, and a time block 6. If you want to add classes, you come over here. The first ones will all be time block 1s, and they're in alphabetical order. So, and notice communication. If Diane chooses that class for this particular scout, notice it says 11 years old and older right on the very top on the right-hand side where you chose the class. It says this participant does not meet the minimum age requirement for this class, so you will remove it. Okay, so anyway, so you need to check those things. If that scout really is old enough, then you'll need to go back to the participant, the information about the participant, because obviously you put in the age incorrectly. But anyway, so you just add different classes. You'll add whatever classes you'd like to add. Then you don't have to put in a class for every last session. So we're going to go ahead and just go next. And we're going to say complete. Now, you think that you're done, but you're not. You have to go to checkout. See right there? Checkout. So make sure you check out. And then even now you're not done. See at the very bottom of the page, you don't have to scroll down, Diane. Go all the way to the very bottom. See, it says place order. Place that order. Now you can close it. And if you open this up, you will see that your little information about Georgie is all there, what that scout has chosen. If you go to your, there we go. So it shows all the things that Georgie has, but now they're actually Georgie's classes, because you have to remember, you can't just say, okay, I've chosen these classes and then hit the continue, or you have to go all the way through to place this order. Otherwise, those classes are not Georgie's until you're done.
So let's answer a couple of questions here.
That would be great.
So the system is smart enough to know if the scout does turn 11 by the time camp starts. So it will not hold you back from doing that. It is smart enough to do that. There's a question here. I thought classes were already entered. So the classes are entered in terms of the ones all the ones they can take. It's up to you to pull the list of how they're organized and figure out with each one of your scouts what they want to take. And then go in. This is what you'll be entering in on that night that you register merit badge classes. If there's a fee at merit badge checkout, you do not have to pay it at that point. You can come in and pay it at the scout office. As I say, you can pay it when you come and visit me at the camp office when you get into camp, but it does need to get paid.
One thing that's important though, if you're having a hard time checking out or placing that order, please call the office and we can do it from the back end, no problem. Some people last year were paying as they went because it wasn't allowing them to continue.
So we had a question about qualifies. So what qualifies are, there's basically, I think really 2 merit badges that have qualifies. So climbing, to qualify for the merit badge, you have to do so many climbs and you can't complete all of those in a regular merit badge session. So you have to sign up for a separate session in the afternoon. Now you can sign up for, let's say you have climbing first period, the qualifiers are 4, 5, and 6. So you can do 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 1 and 6, whichever works best for that scout's schedule. Archery is another one. And I just remembered the third one would be rifle shooting. So each one of those, to qualify, you have to like shoot a certain grouping, or in rifle range, you have to have so many within the circles. you have to sign up for 2 periods to do those 3 merit badges. Shotgun happens to be a 2-period class, so the qualifying is built into that one. And if I'm not answering the question and you're still confused, please don't hesitate to write it in the chat again. All right, back to you, Deb.
I think we're pretty good. Okay, so Diane, did you go to a new youth?
Yes, so this is, I picked from one I had already entered from last year.
Got it. Okay. So she's going to choose a new scout, one that that's not on our roster currently. So we go ahead and either this is from your group, those are people's whose names are still in your pool, for lack of a better term. And you can choose them, and then you can add merit badges and things like that after it gets turned on. Remember, none of these, you won't be able to add any merit badges until your date. So you'll be able to add the scouts and their information so that when we do open merit badge signups, you are good and ready to go. So let's go ahead.
And also, Ms. Deb, I'd just like to add, if you would like to remove a scout from your group, you will be able to do that also. Diane, can you move the arrow to one of the name and click on that dot there? You can remove the scout that no longer belong to your group there as well.
Because it will only let you have as many scouts in there as you've paid for. So if you try to register 21 scouts and you've only paid for 20, you're going to be scrambling to get us a credit card number over the phone. Now we'll do a soft credit. For prerequisites, we do check those when they get into camp. We feel a scout is trustworthy, and we'll just work on that when you get to camp. And in terms of special dietary restrictions, if it's something serious, that's where we really need to know, or if it's something that requires a special dietary supplement that we have to get, like if we have to have almond milk, we need to know that so we can order things beforehand. In terms of allergies, it's like if they need an EpiPen, the serious allergies is what we're looking for. Seasonal allergies, obviously we're not too worried about things like that. All right, back to you guys.
Alrighty, so it looks like we chose, let's go back one just for fun. Okay, so we chose one of the people that their name was already in our system, and we still scroll down, make sure all the information is good. Maybe now they're a second class scout, or maybe they're, a star by now, who knows? But you have all this contact information. You continue. If there's any dietary needs, it looks like both of those were turned on, but they didn't give us any additional information. So that was kind of scary. Make sure that if you say they have a dietary restriction, make sure you tell us what it is. Okay, then we're going to hit the next. And they're one of our youths, and we now there's still 7 spots available. So we're going to continue. That's where you're going to be able to, or where you're going to have to stop right now, because you cannot sign up for the merit badge classes until that May 16th week. But we're showing you what's going to happen later. So make sure that you enter all of your scouts now. Okay, so right now, none of the classes have been selected. So Diane can just kind of choose some classes for this person. This one obviously is old enough, so we're not going to have any of those little notes saying that the scout does not qualify for a particular spot. He should be over 12, I think, as well. So we can add that. Okay, and there are some of the classes do have fees associated with it. Notice rifle says $35 and metal is $17. So just depends. Again, until you've gone to the next. So this person has nothing during session. Oh wait, yes, we do. 1 and 4 is climbing. Rifle is 2 and 6. So swimming is 3, and then metal is 5. And now you're going to go ahead and go to next. If you want to keep those, if you want to change it, we can do that too. But anyway, so now we say it's complete. We've got all these classes. Now it says $52 because that's what this particular Scouts merit badge fees are going to be. And you just say minimum. See that minimum pay 0. And then you say complete. And now you come down, checkout. See, it still says the minimum requirement 0. And then you have to go all the way down the bottom and say place order. Okay. And now that person is in. You can go to the next Scout. You can do more than one Scout at a time. Just know that whatever time you have used, somebody else may come in and get one of those merit badges that you think is for the Scout that you've just chosen.
So one important secret I'll let you in on here, if you have Scouts that need certain badges for Eagle and you want to make sure you want to get those, you can go in and get Johnny's Sit in the Nation and check him out just for that one merit badge. And then go to Bob and check him out for swimming and for that one merit badge. And then you can always come back to Johnny and Bob and add merit badges in later, the other ones that they need. But that way you ensure that they get those 2 merit badges and there's no question. You can always change those if you do decide to change them later on too, but you guarantee that you've logged those people or got those people's merit badges.
Which is critical. Okay. Oh, and camping and life saving are both being offered. So
Yes, they are.
those are cool. So anyway, make sure that your adults, because you need to have all this information for your adults as well. We need to make sure that they are registered in the Boy Scouts and that they have youth protection training, that that they will be safe. So, and when they will be attending. So are they going to be attending all week? And when's their COVID vaccination? All these important information, let alone their, I know a lot of this will be on their health form, but we also would like to have that here. So
a question came up, can I sign up by session? So in other words, if I have somebody for archery 1 and a certain qualifier, no, the system doesn't work that way. You have to sign them up by Scout first and do them individually.
okay, and then we're going to say next with all that information. It says, oh, you forgot something. There's your BSA ID. Why is this important? Because this shows us that that person is actually registered in the Boy Scouts. So obviously that's a fictitious number that we're adding right now. Make sure that these people are actually registered. That's really important for us and for you and your Scouts to make sure everybody's safe. So next.
So parents have been calling me already that are not registered members of the BSA wanting to know how they can take training at camp. Well, the first step they need to do is become a registered member of Scouting BSA. And then in here, they can sign up for like adult outdoor leadership. And I'll let you go back to it.
Again, no one at camp should be a non-registered adult, correct?
Correct.
So anyway, then you want to take those fun classes, outdoor leader skills, Scoutmaster specific. There'll be other classes that will be on the daily roster. I get, the schedule that they'll have some special classes to help with as well. Complete. Check out. And what's the last thing? Remember, place the order. There you go.
And they're still putting that silly window in front of place the order for like 2
I
seconds.
know, for that little bit of time.
I thought they had fixed that.
Okay. So are we feeling confident? The very first thing I need everyone to do is to make sure that you get into Tentaroo and get all the information for your Scouts and your leaders. That is critical.
So this
And
will show
again,
you.
if you need,
Go ahead.
Again, if you need your username and password, just email me and I respond it to you.
So on this page, it shows you how many people you've paid for. So for this troop, they've paid for 10 youth and 3 adults. It will not let you do any more than that.
So right there, it says participants, you have the participant names. Right now, there are only 4 listed, so there are 6 spots still left. So they can still put in the names and information for 6 more scouts, and they still have spots for 2 more adults. They only have 1 listed. Make sure if you're saying that you're going to bring 3 adults, that all 3 of them are on, or we have the information for all 3. It's important for us to have that. Are there any other questions?
Let's see.
Yeah,
I
I don't
just
have a
want
question. For the on the schedule, for example, for the citizenship in nations, there is at least the 4 block. That means for this merit badge, the Scout need to go to the 4 session a day for every day.
Yes,
Yes.
all the classes will run Monday through Thursday. We don't schedule anything day by day. We schedule it Monday through Thursday.
Monday, Thursday. That means, for single day, for citizen in the nation, need a 4 block to complete this merit badge.
So
Is
it's
that-
block 4. It's not 4 blocks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, in the schedule, it show block 2, 4, 5, and 6.
Right, so we offer it multiple times during the day, because that's
Okay,
one of
yeah.
our more popular merit badges.
Okay,
Okay, I understand your question. That's a great question. Yeah, so some of the merit badges that have higher demand, we offer it multiple times during the day.
yeah, how we can find the information, how many sessions for this merit badge?
It will tell you in there if it's got multiple sessions. So if it's 2 periods, it'll say, so like go to shotgun. We'll look at this one here. So you can just see for archery, see how it has the 1,4.
Okay,
So that version of archery is blocks 1 and 4. Now, if go down and look for shotgun, they're all alphabetical. So we go down to shotgun. Oop,
too far.
they're alphabetical by period.
By session,
I think 2 and 3.
there you go. You're close.
I don't think shotgun's offered period 1.
No, but rifle is.
Well, I was trying to find a double block.
Oh, okay. Well, rifle's a double.
So shotgun is actually 2 blocks together. So it's 2 and 3. We just find there's so much work to get up the hill and for working with the guns that we put those 2 blocks together to qualify. So there's 2 blocks involved in that one. So it would be 2 and 3. We don't recommend that more than one person logs into an account because we'll be logging into it also to make sure everything's going okay. If you get multiple people in there and you don't empty the cart or somebody empties the cart, it'll strip it away from you. This system isn't real good at having more than one user at one time. If you have a really big troop, maybe 2, but I wouldn't recommend anything over that. And I would make sure that those 2 people are talking to each other to know when somebody's emptying the cart.
I have, this is Christina. I have a quick question for you. I didn't see it answered, so if it was, I apologize. Where do we put in if a scout has special needs? And I'm not talking about dietary needs, I'm talking about special needs. Is there a place in the registration to enter that information in?
There really isn't. That's a great point. We can bring that up to the people that write this software. But email me and you can do it at the camping@svmbc.org.
Okay.
And we can definitely talk about it. I have two special need young men in my troop. One's 24 and still going after it, which is great. So we make all the accommodations needed.
Okay, that's terrific.
Adding it into this additional info is also helpful.
Yeah,
Because this gives us some guidance, because
Okay.
this is where we will look for that information.
but I don't think that turns on unless you say serious allergy or dietary.
Nope, it's always available.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Good.
But if you would like to add that field in, Bruce, I can work with Tentaroo to add it in, but I'm not sure if it's going to be,
Oh, we can
on
ask.
time.
That'd be great. Thank you,
Mhm.
Jen.
Okay, okay.
Do we have any other questions here that I missed?
There was one question regarding what number they call during the sign up week if they have problems.
How did we do that, Deb?
Last time they called the office number, or was it just me? Maybe it was the 39.
I think
So-
they called you and then you forwarded them.
I did.
Or Michael
Or
forwarded them.
Michael, I think did.
So we're
Um,
gonna set up a shared phone number. I've talked to Michael about this, that it will ring all of the people who are supporting, so each one of us can answer it. It will be a hotline of such, but I do not have it at this second, but we will have that hotline and we'll mail it out to you with our reminders for your sign up is starting.
And Janet, your email address to send to get the Tentaroo is janet.fan@scouting.org.
Yes, I'm going to put it in the chat right now.
Or you can do the CHS
Yeah.
at SBNBC. Either one.
They all go to us.
They all go to,
Oh, not that
people-
Janet one doesn't go to me.
and it doesn't go to me.
Yeah. So there's a question, when do you log into the system? I would log in as soon as you get an email address. I mean, a login credentials, and start putting your scouts and adults in there.
And
It
if you
is-
need assistance doing that, make sure you reach out, because there are people who are willing to assist with that.
Question I have. This is the first time doing this, and I've used the login and I see manage spots. I see 0 of 13 registered. I understand they are already registered. So what next? Because I can't do anything beyond that. It says self-registration is disabled.
What unit are you? What troop
290?
number are you? 90. Let me take a look real quick.
290, 290.
290.
Do you see a place to add participants?
Yeah, I do see participants below that, but on the top, I see 0 of 13 registered in registration. So, and of course, this is my first time, so please forgive
Right.
me if.
Oh, no, that's a great question. Can you add a participant?
Yes, you can. If you scroll
I'm
down,
asking him if he could do that. Is that button highlighted for him?
Let me see. Yes, I can.
Okay,
I
so
can add a participant.
So you
That's-
click on add a
that's where-
participant.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Deb.
Yeah, no, that's where you need to add them. Because that's where we're saying that we need to have all the names and information for each of the scouts. And you'll go to the new youth and add all that information. And then after you're all done, you need to have a birth date. After you're all finished with that, then it'll say 1 of 12, or I can't remember, I'm sorry, how many you have. But it'll give that information, and now, oh, yay, Diane, I love it, you're an eagle. So we continue, we go next, because you're youth. And this other part will not, that won't go up, so you just go next. And complete, because all it is the information. And then you say checkout. And then place order at the bottom.
Got it. Okay, that
And-
really helps a lot.
Yeah.
So
And then you'll have at least one, but you want to add all of your youth, because you don't have any participants listed. You say that you've paid for that many, but you don't have them listed or registered right now.
okay, got Got it. And then when our Windows slot opens up, then we'll be able to add merit badges. So
Correct.
thank you.
Great question. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a
And-
question.
Okay.
Where to find the which merit badge need more than one session?
So are you looking for the list of merit badges and what sessions they're going to be available?
Yeah, I think in your system there is you list some merit badge need more than one session, but from the program menu and the schedule, I cannot find any information to see how many block need for this merit badge.
Okay, Diane, can you pull up go to the High Sierra website, to resources, to merit badges?
Yes, I can.
Zoom is not gonna probably let us see you. Let's do that once you log out and log back in from screen sharing.
There we go. Resources. Yay.
As you come over here to the resources. Which one did you want to see, the schedule or the program
Schedule.
guide?
Schedule. All right, so if you make that a little bit bigger so we can see it. So the top one, if you look at it, says metalworking. So metalworking is offered session 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, or 5. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you go down, let me move my chat window here, to search and rescue, it is offered as a double block. And see how, go back up, back up, back up. There, yes. So search and rescue is offered blocks 1 and 2, and you see how that's one big block? That
Okay.
indicates that you have to take those 2 blocks for that class.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Now, one thing we haven't talked about, and you don't really have to do anything here except let your scouts know about it. Down in the handicraft area, we have what are called drop-in merit badges. These merit badges only take less than a day to do, and your scout can just drop into the handicraft area. They don't have to sign up for it on Tentaroo. They just show up sometime during the week. We'll announce at morning flags that Monday may be art. So they drop in and they can work on the art merit badge on Monday. Leatherworking may be Thursday. Painting may be Wednesday, or painting and pottery are Wednesday. They just drop in. Oh, I'm sorry, pottery is actually a scheduled merit badge, my bad. So leatherworking and music may be offered at the same time. And they'll all get bulletinized every day at camp. They'll also be posted outside the office every day. But those are just for your scouts. If they don't have anything to do and they want to work on something else, they can just drop into those merit badges. Does everybody understand kind of how this works here? In terms of classes?
Got a question. What if the kid try to get 5 merit badges, but he only get 2? So what can he do about it?
He wants to get 5 merit badges, but he can only get 2.
Yes, and he be able to log in 2.
So what's preventing him to get the other merit badges? Is it just conflicts?
No, because it's just running out, or it's no more room available for him.
So everything's open right now. So there's no full classes. That's one thing we'll go back and show waiting lists. So let's see, what's the best way? Can we actually create a waiting list?
That's
There was a class that had 3 spots left. I'll quickly register them.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourself.
All right. So you should be able to get him into all those classes. Now, if the class is busy, I would recommend that what it'll show you so let's say we have 15 openings for Sit in a Nation. If the 16th person tries to add that class, it will say give you a warning that you are now on the waiting list. And it's up to the instructor to let you in. Classes like Sit in the Nation most likely will let in 2 more people. We try not to make our classes too big, but we'll let those in. But if it's like rifle shooting or metalworking where there's some safety issues or welding, we have a hard and fast cap of how many we can take. You can still be on the waiting list because sometimes people sign up and then just don't show up, unfortunately. But you can be on the waiting list and see if you can get in when you get to camp. Now, if you do get into a class that you were on, that you were not registered in, let's say period 1, you ended up taking shotgun instead of sit in the nation. That's great, you're in shotgun, but please go tell that sit in the nation teacher later on that day that you're dropping that person's class, and that'll leave another opening for that person. Did that answer your question regarding?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we're going to show you a waiting list here in just a moment what that will look like.
Okay, thank you.
At the end, sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
At the end of the summer camp, could these data be exported to Scout Book?
Ooh, I was about to say, you betcha. So until you said Scout Book. So right now, this company does not, I'm getting some feedback here from somebody, does not export into Scout Books. What we'll do is we will print off a list of all your scouts and what they completed and what they have partials in, and give that to you at the end of the week or by Friday night, so you can double check with your scouts that everything got entered into our system correctly. You can go back as many years as we have Tentaroo, you can go back and pull up that scout's information. So if they lost a partial, the information is always in there. But unfortunately, it does not directly interface into Scout Book yet.
How about Troop Master?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Scout Book would be the first one because that's actually owned now by the scouts. For some reason, there's some negotiation between this company and Scout and National that's impeding us from getting that done.
Okay, we're ready.
Do you still use a blue cards?
We do not use blue cards.
Okay,
So you do not need to bring them because we will not know what to do with them.
all right.
So can I confirm at the end on Friday, you're going to give the Scoutmaster a list of all of the classes that the scouts have taken, and it will have what they've completed if they haven't completed the merit badge, or it will give a list of the items that they still need to complete. Is that correct?
It will give a list of what they've completed. So it will say partial, sit in the nation, and it'll give you what they've completed. It will not show you what they, I mean, you have to extrapolate from that
Sure.
two's missing.
Okay, and then is that available? Like, let's say my Scoutmaster loses that sheet between Friday and
I'm sorry, your volume just kicked out on me. I can't.
what's that? Oh, sorry. So the question is, does that if our Scoutmaster loses that list, can we just come back to you and say, can I get another list?
You don't even have to come back to me. So the way you logged in to sign up your scouts, you can go into that same portal and print it off yourself anytime you want.
And it will show completed or partial.
You betcha.
Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you.
But you can always come to us too. We'll be more than happy to get that for you.
Okay, thank you.
So what you going to do if the kid say he already completed, but the paper show he's partial?
So we'll talk with the counselor and the scout, and the counselors do this quite often. I mean, they do a lot, and they're human, so they do make mistakes. But if there's a discrepancy, we usually can figure that out, what happened.
Okay.
Okay, Diane is now ready to show you to join the wait list. So there aren't any more spaces left for this class. Yeah, go ahead and cancel for right now. It says there's an empty wait list, which means there are no more spots available. The class is full, but you can add. So then you join the wait list and you join the wait list. And now it's over here. It says you're first on the wait list. The next person will be second on the wait list. The next person, it continues. It'll continue. It doesn't have a stop on what number a wait list can be, but does that help? Then you just go next and you go complete and you go all the way down. Well, once it leaves that little registration part. And what happened? Checkout, there we
Yes.
go. There, place
So
order.
So if you are added into the waiting list, so can I register another class at the same block?
No,
No.
you may not. That's already taken that spot. So now you're done for that spot.
Okay. Okay. Thank
That is one of the balancing acts with wait lists.
But know that whatever, we will work with you at camp. And so if they're not able to get into that class that they were waitlisted for, we can help them get into a different class. It's not like they cannot join another merit badge later on. We just want to make sure that they are happy and that they get the things that they need.
And they can figure this out when they get there, right? In the first day?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you first get there on Sunday, we'll have a list posted on the outside of the wall, outside the office, of all the classes that are still open.
Mhm.
And it'll also show wait lists. If it has more than one on a wait list, I'm not going to print that one, but it will show all the open classes. So if you do need to reschedule or move things around, you have information there. Or you can always come into the office, talk to one of the people in the office, including myself. We'll help you work it out and print off a new schedule. I recommend that you print off each scout's schedule and bring that with you. We can help print onesie twosies off in the office, but we don't have the capability of printing your whole troops off for each of your scouts. So print off. There's a spot here at the end that you can print off their schedule.
One more question. So if the first day they go and they don't like the class, can they drop it and switch to another one that is still available?
Yes, just knowing that they have to make up that Monday's work.
Monday. Okay.
But that's why you have Friday. Friday is a
Monday-
make day or a day to take care of the things that you don't have.
Okay.
complete.
Okay. So on Monday they can try. If they don't like it, they can switch to an available class, and they can make up that work on Friday.
Yes.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And the staff is really helpful in terms of making up that work or figuring out a time to work with your scout to do that.
But again,
And if
make sure make sure that the scout tells the instructor that they are going to drop that class, so it opens it up for somebody else.
And if you're on the waiting list by the time you get to camp, Bruce, do you need to pay for that class or not?
The system doesn't show me when you get to camp who's on a waiting list and who isn't. It just gives me a dollar amount. So I don't have a way of really backing that out on my end. So we'll have to talk about that offline, but I think it may have to be a refund through you.
Okay.
So I know that's not what you want to hear as an answer. But all I see is they owe X amount of dollars for their troop. I can go in and break it down by scout. Yeah, I think I can print it off. I mean, so yeah, if they do have somebody on a waiting list, let me know when you get into camp and I can print that off and then we can figure out how to do the payments from there.
Bruce, I have a question.
Yes.
So if they're on the wait list and you sign them up, they're on the wait list, they can't sign up for another class within that.
That block, correct.
What happens? Do they automatically go in and are you notified or do you have to do anything different? Like, do you have to go through the process again or does it just automatically bump them in if they go in and you get?
It just
notified?
automatically bumps them in if they go in. The instructor will take care of all the back end work.
Okay.
And if they add a class, again,
And how will we know that? Or do we get notified or do we just go into Tentaroo to see like, oh, now they're off of it?
so if you do go in and look to Tentaroo during the week at camp, yeah, you may or may not see it. It depends when the counselor actually gets to changing the system.
Okay.
Usually we don't get that until Friday.
Okay.
So if somebody's added a class, you can go talk to the instructor and you should be able to see their roster of students and you should see that they've been, somebody's been added.
Mhm.
And then it'll get into Tentaroo eventually at the end of the week.
Okay, thank you.
And when we'll be able to print the schedule, the merit badge schedule.
The merit badge schedule right now, you can print it right now.
Well, we don't have any merit badges that have been selected yet.
Oh, the ones that you've selected, you can't do that until after whatever night is that you're signing up your student.
Yes, I just want to print it out, the whole schedule, that's all.
So the whole schedule, you can go to High Sierra /CHS/resources and print that off right now. That's the tab that Diane had up earlier. Diane, can you pull that one back up? I'm sorry, what was the question?
Yes, for the testing, what is the username?
Testing number 1.
Testing number 1. No
Yes,
space
testing TESTING and number 1.
And
so
capital T, capital T,
Capital
no
T.
space.
and no space between testing and number 1, right?
Correct.
Thank you.
So
this
for
is
the
what you would
dropping class, does Friday also offer dropping class?
No, it's just Monday through Thursday, but it also is in the evenings too.
Or evening also? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good, thanks.
And you do drop-in specific per day, correct?
Yes. So every morning we'll announce, and it'll also be posted that week outside the office. Everything's on my magical bulletin board. Actually, it's Nate's magical bulletin board of what drop-ins will be offered that day. Also what are called skills of the day, which are just activities that scouts can go to areas like nature or Trail to Eagle or Scoutcraft and do to something fun. And those are offered most of the day in those areas also. And those will all be publicized outside the office, as well as bulletinized during Flags in the Morning. There's a lot of information at Flags in the Morning, so we always make copies of it on the wall outside the office.
Hi, this is Mark from Taiwan. Really quickly, just wanted to ask if the accounts and passwords have already been sent to our email addresses, because I don't have anything yet.
Not for you because you're provisional, Mark.
Okay.
We're going to take care of that this week.
I have a question about archery. If I sign up for archery session 1, then I need to pick one of the qualifying times, right? So what can I pick 4, 5, or 6?
Yes.
Okay, because when I was in the registration looking at the test environment, I didn't see a 1-5 combination, so I was just confused.
So this may not mirror exactly the testing environment.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's next on my list, is to make that happen.
Yeah.
Not for the testing as much as for our weekend.
Yeah, the
Okay,
testing
thank you.
The testing environment is not accurate to our actual signups, but it is a great testing environment because it's all the same tools.
It should be close.
Great. And then how many sessions do you recommend that a scout sign up for? This is the first time I'm doing this for troop.
So personally, I would go with no more than 5. It's a great place just to hang by the river, walk around with your friends, have a candy bar at the trading post. Don't overschedule them. Let them have fun. I'm a scoutmaster myself. This is coming from my scoutmaster genes. I usually do 5 for my scouts at the most. If they want to do more, then they do the drop-ins.
I had a couple questions. So I just wanted to confirm, for the drop-ins, we don't need to sign them up until the week. The second one was for the prerequisites, like specifically for life saving, they expect you to have swimming already. I assume that that's up to the scoutmaster to verify with the scout before they register.
Correct.
Okay. And then the third one, sorry, I'm rolling them all out here.
Oh, this is great.
was for the adult training. Do those actually get full, or is there a cap on them? And so do we have to worry about that before camp, or?
That's a hard one to answer, because some troops have a whole lot of adult participation, so they're bringing up like 16 adults, and they're going to try to get all their adults trained at one time, which is great. So usually we can fit everybody in there. It depends on the instructor, but we should be able to fit everybody. But if it gets more than 15, we may cap it. And then we may have to work out something with the different troops. So if we see, 10 out of the 15 are all from one troop, we'll have to have them pick out which are their top, 5, so other people can get in. But we'll try to accommodate as many as we can. We just don't want to create a learning environment that's ineffective.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Thank you very much.
Sure.
I have a question. When we get the email about logging in, can we input all the profiles for all the scouts and adult leaders?
Yes.
Yes, and we recommend you do that. We recommend everyone puts everyone in now rather than later.
And if we don't see that you've entered them in like the week before merit badge signups, we're going to go through and make sure everybody's got that entered in, or otherwise we'll give you a call to see what we can do to help. Because we know you just won't be able to get your scouts signed up if you haven't got them into the system already.
Make sure payments are in.
Yes, payments are due May 1st.
Mhm.
And that's another thing that will stop you from adding scouts, is if you haven't paid.
So this is Christina again. I wanted to mention, and Janet, I sent an email to you and to Dylan earlier today. I have not received an invoice to let me know how much I owe still on our account for our troop. So if that can get sent to me shortly, then I can get the check cut and out to you.
You can always go on Tentaroo and actually find that balance as well.
Is it an actual invoice or is it just a balance?
That's a great question. I think that you can get an invoice.
Okay.
Christina,
Janet?
can you remind me your troop number again?
Yes, it's Troop 477. We're out of the Golden Empire Council.
I'm not sure, Ms. Deb, because I have too much power, remember? So I don't know.
True, I know.
What you see, yeah.
So yeah, Troop 477.
Okay.
All right, any other
This is
questions?
This is Ishin from Troop 453. I posed a couple questions. I want to follow up with them. So our troop has 33 scouts. I'm wondering, let's say, for example, there is one merit badge, right? Let's just call it A. Say there is only totally 10 spots, right? So will the, like when I starting to register, the 10 gonna be starting to taken by other groups, right? So will that be reflected lively? Meaning, let's say I'm putting in 3, right? But I can't finish checkout until I finish all 33. But at the moment, I already fill out all the information for 33.
Okay, so let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
As soon as you do one scout, you can check that one scout out. You don't do all 33.
Oh, I see.
So
you
you
do
check
one
that
by
one
one.
scout out, and you've got that merit badge A guaranteed for that one scout.
Okay, that's good to know. So it's just like we do it for the scouts one by one, but we can check it out right there.
Yes, and you don't have to get other merit badges for that scout. You can just do A and move on to the other scout that needs A, and just get all the A's done.
I see.
You don't have to do all 5 or 6 merit badges for that scout at one time. You can come back to that scout and add the other ones later.
Got it. That's good to know. And then another follow-up question. Last year we went to Winty and they let each family or scout sign up their own, classes. So are we like, it's like, I see a couple heads are like, not agree. So why you guys don't like that one? Because to me, that's like a giving the scouts the responsibility, right? That's kind of the one of the philosophy of BSA.
So both Golden Empire and ourselves, we picked what company we wanted to use for our merit badge signups. And that is one drawback I have to admit to our signups, is that we require an adult to do it instead of the scouts themselves. But Golden Empire happened to have picked another company called Black Pug, I think is the one they use, but that has some drawbacks to it too. So, you know, we've all picked each one, and this is just how ours works. This is not something that's provided for us by National. It's something we pay quite a fee for every year. And we've all picked different ones. There's like 3 major players out there.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure. Come on, Ken, you must have a question.
I have a question. Can I?
Sure.
Okay. It's more merit badge specific about the climbing merit badge. It says that you need to qualify. How hard is it to qualify?
How hard is it to shoot an arrow?
No, climbing.
Oh, I understand. It's a relative type of question. I mean, some kids, you know, can scurry up that wall like you can't believe. If you wanted to see me go up that wall, it would take a few years because I ain't getting all the way up to the top of that hill. So it's really hard for me to answer that one. The staff does a wonderful job on getting them through the process. I can't think of the last time we didn't have somebody that didn't qualify.
Okay, so I guess you answered my question.
Okay.
Okay.
But then I'm not going to get on the top of the wall?
No, that you know, if they have done it before, so they should be able to qualify.
They should be able to do it fine. They're going to have the time of their lives. 36 feet.
Wonderful. And another question about cycling merit badge. Do you provide bikes, or can they bring their own bike?
Yes to both answers. So we do have a great donation from Specialized that was done for us, along with helmets and gloves. But they're also more than welcome to bring their own bikes. I would bring a lock, because we really don't have anywhere to store them. We don't lock our own bikes up, but we don't take any liability for if you bring your own bike. If you do, on that same vein, if somebody does bring like a bow and arrow or a rifle, they want to use their own rifle or bow and arrow, they need to check those in at the office immediately when entering camp. The scoutmaster should bring that straight to me, not the scout. And I will get my area director to take that device and lock it up with our other bows or guns, depending what it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Hi, Bruce. This is Kirsty. I have a question for you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What's your advice for gathering all the scouts' choices for merit badges? I don't know if there's a spreadsheet that someone used in advance in the past, or when you're gathering their selections, do you also want to know which block that they want?
Yes.
Or
you want to know what for each of the 6 blocks, what they're going to have in those blocks, and nothing can be something in one of those blocks.
Kirsty, if you want to look in the chat right now, I'll bring this up for everybody. A leader for a different unit created a Google sheet with the entire schedule laid out in it.
Oh, thank God.
And did it so that when you press the link, it'll create a copy, and then you can send that copy out to your kids and have them populate that chart. And so it's already done because Heather from, I don't know which troop off the top of my head, but she did it, and then she made it so that it just produces a copy for everybody.
Oh, great. I was hoping I figured there was some really handy person who did that and I wouldn't have to reinvent the wheel.
And hopefully Heather's double checked to our updates that we've published. So
yeah, so it might be missing the shotgun sessions.
Okay.
Of all the sessions, it might be missing the shotgun sessions, Kirsty.
But what I do is I personally, with my troop, I kind of divide my kids up with my ASMs and have them work with the scouts and say, what do you want to sign up for? And I've got one ASM that works with the younger scouts. I have another scout that works, with different age scouts, and they figure out, and then that all gets compiled to a list that one of my other assistants actually does all the entering, because I'm busy being customer service that night.
It's helpful. Would you also gather the information? Because I know, a lot of the parents aren't going. If some of the kids and their parents have identified they want to do one of the overnight trips, I know you don't have to register for that, but would you just kind of gather that data in advance too? So you make sure that so-and-so gets to the right place to register for the overnighter?
Yeah, that would be a great thing to get beforehand.
Okay.
So there are 3 overnighters, basically. On Tuesday night, there is astronomy overnighter and wilderness survival. They actually go up the hill together. And then there are different parts up on top of the mountain. And they spend the night. The astronomy overnighters get to bring a sleeping bag and be nice and cozy. The wilderness survival, not so much. And then Thursday night is the Clavey overnighter, which is for older scouts. And that's about an 8-mile hike both ways. So those are the 3 main overnighters.
Can I ask a question? I was looking at that really terrific template that somebody put together, and there is something called a cowboy action shoot, must be 14 years old. Is that from years prior, or is that something that's being offered this year? And if so, what is it?
So it is brand spanking new. It's something that from National, and it is for older scouts to get experience with different types of firearms. And they base it around a cowboy saloon type of atmosphere. Or more, I should say more of a Wild West than saloon. And it's not a merit badge, it's just a class they can take. They don't get any badge for it, but we're excited. It's something new that we discovered that National put together, and we're going to try to put that on this year. And this is our first year doing it.
So you say it's kind of a shootout in a saloon kind of thing. Is that, I don't know what I want to ask.
So it's done at the rifle range. It is done with our certified range masters. The reason it's over 14 is because of the different types of firearms they'll be using. It is a much smaller class, and it's a one-on-one type of atmosphere with the instructor and the scout.
And then do those scouts have to have prior rifle experience?
I don't think so, but that's a great question. I'll ask that of my shooting sports director.
Okay.
But again, it's not a merit badge, so they will be getting something at the end as far as recognition.
Right.
But it's just something fun that they can do.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that they didn't, if they don't already have rifle, like a merit badge in the rifle or in shotgun, that they don't necessarily need to have it for this. So
Yeah, if it is, we'll build it into Tentaroo that won't let you sign up for it, and we'll send out a blast. But for right now, I'm assuming you don't have to have it.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Bruce.
Hello.
Regarding the overnight activity that you just mentioned, can adult participating?
Yes, adults can just participate. We would love to have you participate. For the Clavey, we have day bikes and hikes, because you can both bike your way to the Clavey River, or you can hike it the 8 miles. It's a little longer riding a bike. But we need to make sure that both the scouts and the adults can actually do it, because it is literally uphill both ways, because you go to a top of a hill and back down the other side. And then for the astronomy overnighter and, sorry, my brain is slowing down here. Wilderness survival, we definitely can use people on that outing, especially females, because for girl troops, we have to have the requirement of there needs to be an over 21 female on every outing that we do. And if we don't have an over 21 female, we will cancel the whole thing for everybody, not just for the girls. It just isn't fair.
How can we sign up for those organized activity?
So the very first thing, one of the first things you'll do Monday before Sunday when you get there, after you go through your health check-ins and all that stuff, is you'll come to the back of the dining hall for an adult leaders meeting. So the scoutmaster and one adult and your senior patrol leader will show up, and there'll be myself, Nate, and Michael will be there to talk to you, and we'll at that point let you know about all the volunteer things that you can do, including Scoutmaster Pizza, the Sage Award, and a bunch of other things that we have designed for the adults. Especially, don't forget Nap On Safely. That's one of our big ones. And we do have a badge for that one. So, but
Thank
you
you.
got to be creative on your napping.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, we're at 9:20 already.
Wow, time flies.
Yes. So
Yeah,
we're excited about Camp High Sierra.
and it's
And
later where you are.
Yes, and it's very late where I am. But also we're excited to have you come and join us at Camp High Sierra. We're excited. It's a fun place to be. If you still have questions, please reach out to Janet or Diane or Dylan or even Bruce. And you can even contact me if you really want to. But anyway, just know that we're excited. Enjoy the evening, and hopefully we see you soon.
Thank you.